All right, testing 1 2. All right, welcome to Clout Mania Mina's reactions. Another reaction of Sharp, of course, because I'm always interested in breaking the news about Sharp, the infamous used to be pimp, now turning into a simp, and now, from what I hear, he's turning into a a critic, which everyone has been telling him all this time that he needs to be similar to Kevin Samuels, and he's just not listening to anyone. All of a sudden, he's come out the blue wanting to go over some things about what's going on over there at Now That's TV. You know, there's probably a part for him over there at Now That's TV. He needs to work out the kinks in the contract and take his butt on up over there and stop playing. Yeah, I'm just gonna be reacting to what he was saying last night about the women. Again, this is a niche that Sharp could have been tapped into. I have no idea why it's taking him so long to tap into some things, because talking about Lush is a dud. You ain't finna do nothing. Lush ain't finna do nothing. Ain't nothing finna go down. That train has came and went. That ship has sailed. Nobody wants to hear anything about Lush anymore. And if anything, he better hope, since Lush has his address, he better hope that Lush doesn't get crazy one night on a drug induced trip, you know, and just drives from LA to Las Vegas and do some crazy stuff that ends up on a 5 o'clock news special. He better hope that doesn't happen, because he already got a lawsuit that he ain't trying to do nothing about. But we're gonna go ahead and go over to talking about this situation and me just critiquing and just reacting to him talking about the ladies. As you guys see, I have Drewski up here in the background because that's who he was originally talking about. And this went on a couple of months ago, I guess, or 3 months ago. As you can see, these conversations, I guess someone just broke the news to Sharp. You know, he don't keep up with this kind of stuff. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Thank you guys for joining me here today. Like, share, and subscribe. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Yeah, Sharp he had a lot to say about the ladies, which he should have been did that. But let's go.
Man, y'all ain't see the what's that, the Nicole Zavala and Blue Jasmine shit? Boy, I was over here tripping. I said, oh yeah, we got to watch this one. We gotta watch this one. This one crazy.
Yeah, I bet you do want to watch Blue Jasmine and the Zavala chick, because you looking for them. You wish you could put them on the track on Tropicana. But let's go on.
I see it, man. East Oakland in the chat, man. Nothing but love.
East Oakland, West Oakland, Stockton, California, Sacramento, all them places. Shout out to my people from all those places, as well as Van Nuys. Bring it back to LA. Shout out to all my people from Van Nuys watching, and all my people from Riverside, California that's watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe as we go over this wannabe head honcho here. Always drinking and smoking.
Let a few more people come in and we'll get it cracking. But man, this shit, we gotta see it.
Need to be drinking some water with his bitch ass.
We gotta see this one. Bruh. And it's crazy because I interviewed both the girls. I know 2 of the 4. I mean, everybody already knows me and Blue Jasmine, we got our histories.
Yeah, you guys have your histories. They're on the No Jumper platform and the No Jumper platform only. I just want to say this before we continue. It seems like Sharp only wants to keep having ties to like No Jumper. Like, he could easily talk to any of those women from Now That's TV. He could easily interview any of them. You know, he needs to have like a whole interview session going on one Wednesday where it's kind of like it plays out to where there's some fighting going on. There's some him slapping some bitches in the background going on. Like, so he needs to have fun with that Wednesday podcast and just make it like a podcast that like goes out of control, you know, and then they come back and everybody sits down and continue talking like nothing happened. You know, he needs to have some fun with that for it. That would be, I'm telling you, that would really go. But I doubt he's gonna do that. He wants to interrupt people with xylophones in the middle of talking to them. But let's go on with me reacting to this, because right now we're talking about this him talking about these young ladies. So let's do that. Let's see.
You know, shout out to her.
I could be right there too. I don't want to.
I mean,
I'd
I
rather
want
go
to say
be
some
with the old
amazing
man.
content. You know, not even knowing what we was doing, it was just natural. So shout out to her. The girl, Nicole Zabala, I don't really got nothing against her. I don't know her like that. I interviewed her one time. It was kind of cringy the way she, you know what I'm saying? I think what made it more cringy was the way she tried to talk about me after the fact. I was like, damn, I tried to look out for you. You was drunk and impaired and everywhere in the building. Like, you couldn't sit still. I had to kind of keep moving the mic. I mean, I think I spoke on this some months back. She was kind of discombobulated then, chat, you know, so it was kind of cringy, man, to do. It was a kind of a weird interview. I was like, I don't really know. Finally, she was so faded, she just got up and walked off and like got on. And then her homegirl tried to blame me in some weird ass way. I was like, oh no, this where we.
I think that the sexism that Sharp has to bring to the table, he really would make for like good on like some Kevin Samuels type of content. And he also will make good for like making it seem like he's pimping some women like behind the scenes. I have a show. I have a pitch for Sharp, but I wouldn't dare say it on here because I'm not gonna give him that. I know he looks at my stuff. I'm not gonna give him anything for free. No. Like, I'm going to Las Vegas next month with somebody who's paying my whole trip. I'm not paying for nothing. So, and I'm going shopping while I'm there. So, I mean, if a pimp needs a woman in his pocket that has a man that's got money, I'm your girl. You know, I'm your girl, but I can't be his bottom B. I'm busy doing my own thing. But no back page. Anyway, you know, he's talking about these women. He needs to be critiquing them and having interviews with them that have some fights in the interviews, and you know, he ended up pimp slapping somebody in the background, and you know, make it seem like there's some pimpery going on, but really it's all for show. Sharp needs to have good showmanship. He does. He needs to have good showmanship is what he needs to learn how to have. If he could control his anger, he could really have good showmanship without his pimp stuff. With some women, he could have some good showmanship with it, but he gotta learn how to control his anger though. Like, it's gotta be for show. You can't be slapping nobody for real. Like, you can't be getting into it with him for real. But the violence could like be played and portrayed. It could, but he I don't know if he can do that.
Cut it short. I done babysat this girl the entire motherfucking
Ain't
time, homie.
babysit nobody.
I don't get paid to babysit people. I done looked out for her the entire time, homie. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking I'm just trying to help out. I don't know her. Like, hey, baby, you got to stand in front of the mic. Here, I'm moving the mic with her. She faded as hell.
Hey, I'm Max from Slender Bodies. AI music is a perfect.
Much love to him, man, and what we gonna watch here in a minute. But man, this shit was crazy what I came across, man. You ain't see the what's that? The Nicole Zavala and Blue Jasmine shit.
We getting straight to it because we just
Off that tequila, man.
He always talking about some woman being drunk.
Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. But yeah, we gotta see this one. Oh man, this one's crazy. Like, comment, subscribe. We gonna hop into this joint though.
I can't wait to give my critique on this because Sharp swear he's doing something.
Little screen around this motherfucker.
Look at it. Look at it. Before we get started, look, take a good look. Look at it. Blue Jasmine. Blue Jasmine. That's a good 12 grand a month. Old girl in the front right here. That's a good 12 to 15 a month. Even she bring her 10 a month. She bring her 10 a month. Sharp, he over there looking and wishing, Jack.
This is entertaining. This is gonna be so good. This is fucking fire.
Look, if I'm pulling in what I'm pulling in, and I'm currently plus size right now, yeah, I'm on the weight loss journey. If I'm pulling in what I'm pulling in, I know those girls can pull in exactly what I just said. 10 and 12 and 15 a month. Yeah, that's K, that is. 10 and 12 and 15K a month. Anyway, let's get back to it.
shout out to Brian Jones. So we just watched.
Like I said, shout out to the boy Drewski who facilitated this.
You need to be facilitating something like
yeah,
this.
this was kind of crazy. So
That's what you need to be doing.
I have interviewed, of course, like I said, Blue Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you are stuck on Blue Jasmine, and she is not stuck on you. But let's get on.
Baby did her thing with me. You know, last one was like 600,000. Still decent, you know, in a world of fuckery these days. And then, you know, we got little mama right here. The Nicole Zavala chick. Like I said, I got a chance to interview her, and like I said, I thought it was what it was. The interview did what it did, but like I said, she got a little too faded, so she walked off the interview. You know what I mean? So I just this one right here, it just came across my attention. I'm like, damn, like what happened?
Trailer. We're getting straight to it because we just watched the trailer, the BBO. I just want to introduce every one of you one by one. So we'll start with you. You can introduce yourself, let people know who the fuck you are.
So I'm Sun, thank God if you know, you know. I'm a bartender, Charlotte, and I mean, you know, I'm that bitch. I got nothing else to say.
That's it.
Well, obviously, I know who I am.
That told us, sweetheart. That told us a lot. This is the shit that I talk about right here. I already don't like how it started. Buddy should have even said something to her like, "That's it." Okay, well, we got a chicken here she's just that bitch. Okay, on to the next.
Exactly why you need to be doing these interviews, so you can do what the men want to see the men do to the women. Because a lot of guys like Sharp. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of men want to see Sharp talk like this to women, and then it could get a little out of control where there's a fight, and then Sharp acts like, you know, like I'm pimping you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you know, get slapped in the background. Go back out there and do your job, bitch. You know, like you say you're a pimp, you really could turn this into a whole entertainment thing. But Sharp ain't trying to do that.
No substance, dog.
He over there
Like,
wishing for
crazy. Like, Well, I'm just a bartender at Starlet's and I'm that bitch, you know, simply.
I just want to note that all these women sitting here at this interview with Mr. Drewski are way better than Natty with a fatty.
I get people their drinks and I boast about it.
Bigger bags for sure than Natty with a fatty. I'm probably getting that bag. I don't pay my rent, so.
Wow. Says a lot, baby. You are wifey material.
So Zavala, and I've been doing reality TV for like years now. So yeah, I'm a TV personality.
Okay, Nicole.
You already know it's your girl Bianca fucking Bonnie, one of the baddest bitches out of New York City, representing for the brown skins. I'm Blue Jasmine, and I'm from the Bronx, and I'm known for telling bitches to get their money from these niggas.
Okay.
Woo, Blue Jasmine. Yes. Y'all gotta give like a round of applause. Yeah, definitely so. We are a fan of Blue Jasmine over here, for sure. Yes. And plus she would make a great addition to like just like fucking with Sharp like on a show. So yeah, definitely a fan of her. She probably would bring in some racks for sure. As far as like the dramatization of, you know, what they're doing now, but with some extra in the background, because apparently Sharp is pimping certain people, and I don't want to give no ideas because I already got the whole thing laid out. I already got the whole theme of everything laid out, and I'm not telling Sharp shit unless he trying to put me on the team. And I'm not trying to tell you nothing unless I'm gonna be a producer. I ain't telling you nothing.
Period.
What makes a bad bitch when, you know, this show BBO, Bad Bitches Only? What do you feel makes a bad bitch?
So for me, what makes a bad bitch is somebody who gets to the bag, somebody who knows up to par, you know, looks good.
Somebody who knows how to go fetch some drinks. Bitch, you only got to be in there for a few hours. If you ain't making $1,000 in them few hours from serving drinks, bitch, you should quit. You know, tell them, baby, give them the real. You cool.
You need to be interviewing these hoes. You need to be.
Guys, you know, just looking like Raphael in the face.
Another thing, somebody who is just.
You don't need to be talking about no female. You was over there with some 22-year-old who probably don't even know how to suck D right, and these women are. Well, I think she's like 28. I think we got 27, 29, 30, and then you got like 28 right here. These are women in my age bracket. So I'm glad he's doing this right now. Because these are people in my age bracket. People 25 to 35. People in my age bracket. So let's go. Because usually he can't talk to women like this.
Bothered because I feel like if you can be bothered easily, you're not a bad bitch. Like, you're weak in your mind. I think people think silence is like weak, but silence is golden. Because that just means like you really can't get to me goodbye, I'm ignoring you. That's exactly what.
Well, a bad bitch is, you know, me, obviously. But other than that, I think a bad bitch is like a boss bitch, you know, get money, don't depend on a man. You know, you never want to depend on a man. Like, you want to have your own bag. A man is just a plus. You feel me? Like, if a man is going to come to my life, it's because he's just a plus for me,
You feel like
know?
you don't need a man, though?
No, I don't, because I'm established. Like, I'm good. You feel me? Like, I'm straight, you know, thank God. But like I said, like,
sound like a man like Sharp could come in and school her on pimpology, but we know he won't. He'll just sit on his channel and look at what other people are doing.
If a man is going to come into my life, it's just a plus.
Looking at
She's a boaster, boy. Like, hey, yeah, like I swear to you, like I never use the words a lot, but boy, that's some self-centered shit at its finest.
Speaking of self-centered, a Virgo born in September who's a male would definitely know about being self-centered. Now, this is the most funniest thing about this whole reaction. The fact that Sharp has way more subscribers on his own channel than Mr. Drewski, who only has about 21,000 subscribers. Now, did he just get through saying that the Lush only had 30K? But yet you over here reviewing somebody's channel that has less than Lush? Come on, you can be interviewing these girls one Wednesday. It could turn into an all-out little brawl. You could do some pimp slapping in the background and then come back and everything's back to normal. And we're back to the interview. I'm telling you, it would really go if he do it the right way. But I'm just keep reacting to this.
That is some self-centered shit at its finest. Like, I mean, thank God that I'm good. You know, of course. Like, you could have passed us with that one. Like, you could have skipped that part. Like, we know, sweetie. Just get to the point of it.
And a bad bitch is
I'm
like,
sure you'll tell us.
Hold it down. At the end of the day, like, people gonna talk shit regardless. Bad or good. I feel like you talk shit about me, bad or good, it's still lit because my name is still ringing, good or bad.
Right.
Babe, I'm trying to get booked left and right. So as long as you talking, I'm lit. You feel me? And that's just a bad. I feel like that's a bad bitch.
Bianca, what's a BBO to you, bad bitch?
Not a bitch that just taking care of business. Trying to keep a low profile. That way when you do keep a low profile, you attract the right people because you.
Just to be honest, you don't have to keep a low profile to be a bad bitch. It's a lot of women that have men around that you never see those men. You never see that sugar daddy. You never see that guy that's doing anything for her, that's doing stuff for her. Yet, and then at the same time, she's on TV or she's doing something that she wants to do that's like in the limelight. Keeping a low profile and keeping your business private is two different things. Let's just be honest. That's two different things. I've never sat online and showed my sugar daddy or showed my ex-husband or showed where he lives at or anything. I don't sit online showing things like that. Whatever you believe about me or whatever you don't believe is your business. You're not going to see. But yeah, I'm on social media. Yes, I'm on social media. But you're not going to see who's funding anything because that's none of your business. So that's a big difference.
People trying to rush at you in the masses. This is what a bad bitch is. Nobody who's trying to help the youth or trying to, show chicks that, hey, let me try to be somewhat of a role model. No, being a bad bitch these days is just having your body done. You ain't got to have no type of knowledge or self-wits about yourself. You ain't got to have none of that type of shit. Pretty much all you got to do, just have your body done and have people talking about you. And you that bitch. That shit kind of crazy to me, man. Like when you sit back and you listen to it. Like just as a person, just as a man. Like, damn, I
just want to say this here. Any woman that's not being talented, that wants her face out there in a major way, is kind of like a weirdo to me, like, to be honest. But from a producing point of view, as it regards to somebody like Sharp, who is saying that he was a pimp for 20 years and, I did this, I did that, cross country. We could have a pimp show going with these women. You just don't want to think of anything worth thinking of. You're not an idealist. That's one thing I will say about Sharp. He's not an idealist. You're sitting over here looking at this dude's channel who's interviewing these bitches that you should have been interviewing. A 45-minute interview that's equal parts, talking about what's going on, a little bit of fighting, pimp slapping in the background. All that good stuff, all that shit. As Black China Mama say, all that shit. So I don't know. It's ups and downs to the shows and stuff. It's you gotta have the flow with the show to keep people coming back, to keep people looking at what I'm talking about that Sharp could be doing. He has to have ups and downs. And so sometimes he actually would have to invite older women on, like Black China's mother, that don't agree with him or that might do agree with him. And it could be a learning lesson for young ladies, because that's what Zeus Network is. That's what Jonathan's Cabaret is. It's a learning lesson for young women. That's really what the fuck it is. So, it is what it is. Like the pimp thing, you really can glamorize it even more. Sharp just got to know how to do that. He has to know how to hone in on that power of glamorizing the pimp thing. But right now, he ain't doing that. He just sitting up on his channel talking about what somebody else did. You over here looking at what Drewski did. Nah, fuck that. You need to be doing this yourself, and then making like little skits in it in the interview. Yeah. So.
And then you wonder why I've acted the way I fucking acted towards him. That's neither here nor there. This is what we got to look forward to for the future. I mean, I feel bad for the niggas that's up and coming that's gonna have chicks like this, because this is all y'all gonna have left.
It's so many components to
Man,
being a
you ain't
bad
been
bitch, but
home.
definitely getting money, being a boss,
Thank you. It should be some
just living good, maintaining, smelling good,
baby.
just,
On that 100%.
just levels to this shit. But being a bad bitch, like I said, there's so many components that come to it. But definitely, first things first, get into a bag and having your, a good head on your shoulders,
Right.
looking good, smelling good, just doing good.
I feel like a bad bitch is like doing what she wants, saying what she wants, getting what she wants, being bratty if she wants. I mean, like it's my world. Like for me, it's always been my world, and that's why I've always considered myself a bad bitch. Whether I look good, was fly, not fly, I always felt. Even I popped my shit when I was young and ain't have shit because I always felt like the world is mine. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna say what I want, and that's what makes a bad bitch to me.
Yeah.
And you put a bunch of bad bitches.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, Sharp. Yeah. Blue Jasmine pretty much is the shit. Sharp want to be with her so bad, y'all. He want Blue Jasmine so bad, and she don't even remember his damn name. But we'll need her. We would definitely need her for a sit down as well because of the heat that has already happened between Blue Jasmine and Sharp. As far as interviews, we would definitely need. She would be a key person in this. What I'm talking about, this whole production that I will be talking about. It would span across at least 12 different interviews where there's different ladies coming in, episode 1 through 12 of these interviews. All the interviews have to span at least 45 minutes long as far as productivity time, production time. It would have to have a couple skits in there where there's some fights. Sharp goes off camera, pimp slaps some bitches.
With different personalities and different type of energies
it would be
in one room. Looking at that trailer, shit got crazy. So what, like, for you, what's been the crazy experience from this show?
So honestly, like, all right, I'm a princess. I like to keep it cute. But
and before I let her speak, I just want to say, if Sharp was to get on his channel and do what I'm talking about doing, the production and everything of these different episodes, I can guarantee you, either Zeus Network will want to pick it up eventually, or Now That's TV will want to pick this up. The ideas that I have for Sharp and the whole kind of seemingly pimpery thing would be something. It would be a show that these people will want to eventually pick up, and they would be calling him. They would be calling him, trying to see, or calling whoever, trying to see how can we get this on our network. This man got a lot of people watching this show. Like, how can we get this on the network? People are interested in that pimpery stuff. I come from the generation that saw that movie It Ain't Easy. Just like we saw the Players Club, we saw that movie called It Ain't Easy with Pimp C. And who else was in that movie? Pimp C was in that movie. Cat Williams was in that movie. We saw that movie the same way we saw the Players Club. So what I'm talking about doing right now with Sharp, like I said, Sharp is a drug and he needs to be distributed. He don't know how to distribute himself. But he is indeed the cocaine, but he don't know how to distribute himself. This would be a good distribution of Sharp and that pimp stuff that he talks. What I'm talking about doing would be a good distribution of him and all this pimp crap that he talks about. So let's get him. Let me let this young lady speak here. Let
on the show, let me tell you, I've not fought somebody.
Castle in her head. See? I'm a princess.
Let the bitch speak.
I'm a real woman. I'm a classy woman. I believe I got morals. I stand for something. No, I'm a princess. Baby, there's only a couple princesses that were in the world of what we've known, of what television or anything, from Princess Diana or, the Queen Elizabeth, people like that. But
the Queen wasn't a princess like with her lifetime. You could have mentioned Grace Kelly. That's another princess other than Princess Diana. And Grace Kelly, by the way, Princess of Monaco, is from right here in the United States. So yeah.
Chicks like this and respecting them people, because they actually
that's who Kate Middleton wants to be.
They had a label and actually live like it. But when you hear a woman sit there and say, I'm a princess, that means that you feel entitled. Because a lot of princesses, what were they? Naturally, genuinely were entitled, whether they wanted it or not. We know what comes with that. R.I.P. Princess Diana. I'm saying, for real. We know what comes with that type of that level or statue of entitlement.
Well, let's just say this here, since it's been on your mind for the past 2 years. The pimptress, because she is a pimp, the Puerto Rican princess does not want to know the sharp one. So let's just go ahead and just clear the air with that.
Real shit.
I was in like middle school, so I got kind of popping in the show.
Fist fight.
Yeah, like it was not
Like not a push it, like push and shove is one thing.
No, it was quick. It was like face security. It was like quick.
Gotcha.
I haven't done that in so long, so that happened this season with me, and it was crazy because the bitch was trying to talk shit about me, but
what made you pop off? Like what?
it wasn't really me. She said something about me. She tried to say something about me, and I said something back. It got in her skin, and then she went for me, and I went back.
She's not here.
She's not here, no.
Okay. Who was it that?
It was some girl named Milan.
Oh, you don't even want to say her name. You don't even want to give her no light.
No, I don't ever, bitch. I will never give another girl like clout off of me.
Who you learned that from?
My baby.
So what was then the cringe?
That's not cringy because, okay, so I'm going to respond to Sharp saying this. That's not cringy when don't nobody holler know you. Whoever this bitch is saying that, first of all, don't nobody holler know her like that. Blue Jasmine and the other girl sitting behind, those two girls, top Blue Jasmine and the dark-skinned girl, are the only two girls I've ever seen on TV outside of anything, like on anything real. So while you're trying to come up, yeah, I wouldn't be mentioning another bitch either, even if I got into it with it. Yeah, that's kind of smart. Don't mention another bitch because we don't even hardly know you yet. So, yeah.
What the fuck? Like, why? You taking
You're a hater.
Your glasses off 3-4 times. What? They're not settling right? Like, you're looking for different clips. Like, I hate people that chase shit, man. Like, when you really chase it. I've done content for a while. Maybe not longer than a lot of other people, but I've done it long enough to know I'm shit. Been in the streets and dealt with bitches long enough to know when the body language is off. Like, sweetheart, like what you fidgeting for, what you nervous for, something else on your mind? Like, what's going on?
Seems like you got the biggest, not I want to say mouth, but the biggest personality, right?
Stop, babe. Everybody know that.
You look like the troublemaker.
No, never.
Is she the troublemaker?
No, she's not a troublemaker.
She is a troublemaker.
I am not. Let me tell you something. I be talking my shit, you know, but at the end of the day, if I'm gonna talk shit, it's because I heard.
She be like,
You know.
oh shit.
No, because I heard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, can I speak?
I'm just concerned. Come on, y'all.
Like, if
Well,
I can't
I'll let you speak.
If I can't speak,
But-
then I'm not gonna.
Before she continues, before the lady right here continues, I just want to say, Sharp wants Blue Jasmine so bad. She is not looking for Sharp. She is not looking for no pimp that's gonna put on Tropicana there in Las Vegas Boulevard in Paradise.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So like I said, so I'm the type of person, like, if I'm gonna say something, it's because I heard. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna speak on nobody that, you know, I'm not the type of person, like, I meet you and I'm just gonna judge a book by its cover.
Right,
I'm not
right,
like that. I gotta get to know you first.
Right.
You feel me? So me coming into, you know, this circle, whatever, you know, I'm getting questions asked and I'm like, okay, well, I heard about this. I heard this about this person. I heard this about this. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
You know, they gotta say it.
So pretty much you saying that you don't really start the rumors, but you definitely enforce it. When you hear something, you feel like, well, it wasn't nothing that I found out and told. It was something that was told to you and you went and spreaded it. Well, that still seems like, sweetheart, respectfully, you're still a part of the problem. Well, I wish I was there for this one, boy. This one would have been different.
No, you should have been there for this one. As a matter of fact, you should have been doing this. You should be doing this next Wednesday or Wednesday after next on that little crappy ass podcast you got every other Wednesday with your lazy ass. This should be what's coming to the people next. And it should be at least an hour long. It should have a two splits in there because there should be a little bit of fighting, a little bit of pimp slapping going on, and bring it back. And we're back. After a little brawl there, we're back. You know, I had to do it for the people, man. You know,
It sounds like, because I've had a chance of, you know what I'm saying, like I said, meeting two and interviewed you know, 2 out of the 4. So it's kind of crazy to hear her sitting there saying like, you know, well, I don't really say anything, you know, but you do say something. You're still a part of the problem. Whether somebody else told you and you went and put it to the masses, you still were a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to take the responsibility for that or not, respectfully, you know, but it's the truth.
See, in the show, if he was actually interviewing these ladies right now, this is where a little bit of that Kevin Samuels / pimpology would pop in, and we'd get a little bit of that. This is before it would escalate, you know, later on in the interview, maybe to some brawlish a little bit, you know, a little bit of brawlish, a little bit of pimp slapping in the background. Bitch, you know I brought you here. Bitch, you know you got to get my money. You know, all this other stuff. You know, it could, a little bit of a skit could get done, you know, a little bit. And like I said, right here would be the part where there could have been some Kevin Samuels / pimpology going on. So he should have interviewed these bitches while he's talking about somebody else interviewing them. But let's carry on.
Right? Like you're still a part of that though. You're a helping hand to the issue, to whatever's being said. So you kind of can't save face on that one, sweetie.
Like, don't kill the messenger.
Right. So it's like, I said what I said, you know, and some people take it personal. Okay, that's cool. I understand where you're coming from. You're taking it personal, but that's what I heard. You know, so now when people saying it's like, oh my God, that's where you spread that rumor. No, babes, I never spread no rumors because everybody in New York know me. Everybody know me everywhere.
Right.
They know me as a solid ass person. I'm a real person. I'm a real friend.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
I was gonna say you don't give off like to make up a story.
Thank you.
But you do give off like you will blow it up though if you know something.
I mean, yeah.
And I heard you say,
I'm glad he kind of
good TV or something. Like it makes good.
Like I'm glad because that's pretty much what I was saying. Like she might not have been the one that, like, you know what I'm saying, had the interaction with the person she's about to talk about, or even said the information that she feel like she knew from the jump. But you definitely were a helping hand. You'll blow that shit up, and people will find out at the masses because you got a big mouth. You was obviously the chick in the house with the big mouth, respectfully.
Respectfully, like you wish you was pimping them bitches. This could be a pimpology moment had he done the interview with these bitches. It could have been a pimpology / Kevin Samuels moment. You know, it could have been that type of moment. It could have went on for about 5-6 minutes, you know, and let's just keep reviewing.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're here to make a good TV, you know?
Right.
So if I heard it, I'm going to say it. But I didn't, I was not me.
But
Like,
she didn't start it.
I didn't start the rumor, though.
She's itching, so I'm gonna guess that.
No, that's fine.
She's itching, so I'm guessing that
No, that's
whatever the static is between y'all two. I don't. No one fill me in on what the.
What I want to say is that in moments, some people feel like this is just a TV show, and that's cool. You know, I understand that when you live your real life, you might be scared of the things you do on camera. So in your real life, you don't want to receive the repercussions of that. But in real life, this is still my character. This is still my reputation. This is still my brand. This is still a representation of me. So when you walk around and you pass around rumors or you say what you heard to other people and you spread it, it's, you know, it's a reflection of yourself, obviously, but some people may take it as a reflection of me.
Right.
And so I take that offensively because I'm not doing that to you. But a lot of people want to take this thing and be like, oh, it's just a TV show, and they want to play them games. So when I play, just know, I'm from New York. You know what I mean? So we get a little different, but it is what it is.
Are you aware that whatever you say about someone, they could take it like
Oh, no,
offensive?
I'm aware of all that. I've been aware. I come from a family that, like,
Right.
I know, like.
But like she was saying, she could get physical. So you're okay with it getting to that point too, even if it's on
Get
camera.
physical with me. That's just what it is.
You feel like nobody could touch.
No, they can't.
That's,
That's it.
oh, she's watching herself on TV.
I would love to see two pimps that just like, it would have to be a pimp like what is his name? TKO Capone. I would love to see TKO Capone and Silky Slim sit down with like 4 or 5 beautiful young women, like in their mid to late 20s, and just like tell them what all they could be doing better, just putting like their pimp hand on them, like just That it would really be entertaining though. It really would be like entertaining, but you have to know how to do it right. I feel like TK Capone would probably be one of the ones that know how to do it right. You know, and of course they would have to be. I think these women probably wouldn't mind being talked to a pimp, especially this one right here. And that one too. Those two especially would not mind being talked to by a pimp. Because you know, every young lady don't want to be talked to by no damn pimp. I know shit, I'm 30 years old and I'm getting my body right back for me. I'm not getting it right for no pimp. But I wouldn't mind playing into like, you know, some pimpology stuff, you know, just to be, I guess if I was into that, just to be like on somebody's interview, you know, I did an interview, you know. I got music coming, so I ain't really trying to do the whole like reality TV shit until I release my music. I got a sharp diss track coming. But let's get on with the reaction. I'm trying to see what they were saying.
No, that's, you know, these shows people like low key want to see that shit.
But when I know myself, I'm true to myself. I know I didn't make up no rumor. You feel me? Like I'm not over here getting on a TV show, start to make like rumors about people. Like that's not my character. Everybody knows that about me. You get me? If I said something.
I do just want to point out that Blue Jasmine and Bianca look more like women, and these two kind of look like almost like they were like trans or something. Because I thought she was trans in the beginning when I first saw her on No Jumper. I thought that maybe she was trans, but that's a woman, and that is a woman. But I just point out that those two definitely look like just natural born women. Blue Jasmine and Bianca look like natural born women. But let's get on with this.
Yeah, you gotta stop saying that, sweetie. Like, you are, respectfully. You are being a helping hand to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. And the only reason I'm getting on you about it is because this shit's some facts. Like, you need to know it. Not because you even went and talk crazy. Hey, I still forgive you. That shit was weird and fucking off-brand, but nonetheless, if you gonna talk some truth, hey, I'm gonna say it, hey, you did that. But in all, you kind of like, you backpedaling. You really not, you trying to say like, yeah, I said it and want to pop it about it. But then when you get kind of called out on it, you're like, well, I really didn't have nothing to do with it. It was said.
It seemed like to me that it would be a good idea for Sharp to do these kind of interviews. But here's the thing. It would have to have the element of controlled chaos. Because it would definitely have to be a little bit of fighting going on, some raunchiness going on, some like, you know, old pimp slapping in the background, like just some, it would have to be like that. And then he have to take 3 of the women and do like a 24-hour stream with them too. Like it would have to, I mean, I got some good ideas for Sharp. It's just, I feel like Sharp is not an idealist. He is the cocaine. He is not gonna distribute himself, and he got to deal with that. You know, when I think about Sharp, I think about how Virgo people, they are meant to be steered. They can be the best of the best, but they are not gonna steer themselves. They are meant to be steered. They are like a boat, and they're meant to be steered. They are like that, whether they like it or not. You know, Beyonce, if it wasn't for her father, she never would have become the person she became. If it wasn't for Joe Jackson, we wouldn't even know Michael Jackson like that. They are people that have to be steered. And Sharp, as long as he don't want to be steered by nobody, he ain't finna do much. For real, he's not finna do much. That movie, It Ain't Easy, it could be carried out over a reality TV show over a span of 12 to 14 episodes on its own channel. And it could just be like in an interview format. Yeah, so it is what it is. Like, man, it is what it is.
It was told to me, and I just told everybody else. Well, you still were the helping hand. You know what I mean? Like you can't take that away from yourself, man. That shit weird to me.
She spread a rumor about you.
If they were true, if it was true, I would be like, yo, this bitch is smart. She's talking about tea. Oh shit.
Like, how
you
she
know what
know
I mean?
that? Like,
Right. Yo, she on game.
Like,
but when it's lies, it's like, bitch, you're just saying anything. Like, you're just.
So why do you
making
think she's making it up?
Because she said like,
what is her
it's
purpose?
Obvious lies.
Like you know, she's going based off like the beginning.
No, it's 3 lies that I put her in that she said about me, and I've only been around her about 7 days in total. So it's like if in 7 days I've only been around you, and I don't even know you personally, and you said 3 lies about me already.
Hold up,
imagine if I really shot this.
Like, I got everything on screenshots. Like At the end of the day, like I said, this is my first problem ever like this.
With another female on a TV show.
But fact is fact, and she agreed that she spread rumors, and that's a fact.
Did you spread a rumor?
Yes, and you know why? Because they already spread that rumor about you, and you know
that
doesn't even make sense.
This doesn't make no sense.
She re-spread it.
I re-spread the rumor, bitch. What are you talking about?
That doesn't make sense. Either you spread the rumor or they spread the rumor. And even if they did spread it, you repeated it to continue to spread it. So I don't know. All I know is I feel like she has a personal problem with Blue Jasmine. Blue Jasmine and Bianca are natural face women, natural body women. And usually women who are natural and beautiful, a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, girls like that have a problem with women like that. They really do. They have a problem with women like that. So I don't know. I feel like there's some personal animosity going on, some personal, issue going on there. So
that's what spreading the rumors about.
And they say what they said about her. You know, before we got on this show, they asked me, Nicole.
Let me tell you something. And let's look at the real format of what a rumor is. Even if somebody tells you something, it only turns into a rumor once you tell another person. It can always stop just there at that too. Like, oh, okay, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when rumors start, it goes to a few or more. That shit crazy. You know what I mean? We gotta watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna get good. Just chill with it. It gets good, homie. It gets good. Like I said, I've interviewed both, you know what I'm saying, both ladies, respectfully. Hey, this one I didn't see coming.
She was a judge. She was a judge.
On another show.
No, she was a judge on this show.
On this show.
Girls.
Yes.
Oh, like the audition. Getting all the information on each
What do you think? And what do you know?
He was smart. He just clipped some mics to them real quick. Cause see how she was moving? I had to keep moving the mic with baby because she gets up, she gets kind of animated. Nicole, she get kind of animated. So
she looks animated. That's for damn sure. I mean, she's a pretty girl, I'm sure she can. I'm sure she's $3-4 grand a weekend, but she definitely looks animated because I thought she was a trans at first. I ain't gonna lie, but Blue Jasmine don't look trans and Bianca don't look trans, but them two right here, they kind of look like they bordering on that Transformer vibe. But let's just keep going because all the ladies are beautiful, but yeah, she looks animated.
She moves, she's loud, like at all times. Like she just, and I get it, that's part of people's personalities, like just to kind of be loud. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, it's cool. I'm not knocking that, but like she don't sit still. She gets moving. Like it's crazy. Watch this shit though.
No, at the end of the day,
can I know something? Because I feel like I'm out the loop.
No, you have to watch.
Okay, so
you're
y'all
telling me, okay, Nicole, well, this person got the situation before
her.
And yes, and it was spreading rumors, this and that. This is what it is. So what I'm gonna do, I heard it, I'm gonna bring it to my producer.
So imagine a girl like me who comes from nothing,
Right.
who's trying to climb up.
I
And then
get
this woman
Shit
who
on
claims
you.
that she's from already the top of the top, the best of the best.
And
And she's trying to, and she is, whatever she is. But at the same time, we come from two different places and spaces. And here this woman is
right.
trying to tear me down. And she's trying to say I'm already down here. You get it? Which
Do you feel
about her rumor
But you're a judge.
You're rumors. You're a judge, and your rumors
But that's just her
were
judging.
depicting me as a person that I am
But I
not.
was a
You get what I
judge,
mean?
though.
But it was a rumor.
I'm
Right.
here to
So
pick
that's why I was.
I'm
you know,
here to
that's where
pick
it
the
came from.
girls for this show.
Mhm.
I'm a judge. I literally was a judge. Like,
So
like,
wait, did you ask her where she got the information from? Did you ever
I
ask?
don't
it
give a
was
fuck.
it was-
No, I got the information from her. They got it from her.
All right, it makes sense to me now. You know, she kind of remind me of, and how she's really moving, she kind of on some Tommy shit. They told her, you not really a part of the situation here. I feel like it's kind of a deja vu. You're not really here part of the situation as of, per the other girls and what they got going on. We have you here as a judge. But we're going to slide you into the show and you're going to still be inserted. Baby, you kind of got bamboozled. You're a part of the show. You in the mix with everybody else. I don't know if you got the memo.
And while he's bringing up Tommy, let's just notate Tommy is more of a rich hoe than anybody on this platform that we sitting here looking at right here that's doing this interview. I've seen Tommy a lot. Tommy, she has her own thing going. Tommy is tied to a couple of multi-millionaires. I'm talking about 60, 70, 80 million dollars strong type of man. She's tied to a couple multi-millionaires. Tommy. So I don't think anybody on this couch is tied to anybody like that. So I'm talking about like tied to them, like bank accounts, investments, insurance policies. Tommy is tied to a couple of multi-millionaires, people in the 80 million, 100 million type of range. So yeah, they should be trying to become Tommy.
You know, you still kind of beating your damn drum by yourself out there talking about, hey.
And Sharp over there beating his pimp dick about Tommy. I knew he was watching Tommy, boy. He probably been stalking Tommy.
Yeah, I was just a judge. Nah, if you was a judge, why are you sitting on the couch with all them? I'm just saying, if you was a judge, he should have called that out. Well, then, you know, judges shouldn't be here with the girls that have been already laced and put on and trying to, you know, make their way. That's where I think the confusion's happening and why her and Blue Jasmine are bumping heads. It's facts, homie. You can see it. Like, that's why they're bumping heads, because she feel like, hey, well, I'm bigger than the program. I'm bigger than all this shit. And she's blatantly letting it be known. And that's why Jasmine like, well, hey, look, I'm just trying to be up and coming. Like, she's like, I'm trying to do something and you keep trying to tear me down. Because in all actuality, baby really is scared to see somebody else surpass her. She wouldn't genuinely be happy.
I honestly feel like, I mean, just talking about the women here, I honestly feel that Blue Jasmine really could surpass everybody who's sitting here right now. Blue Jasmine, she has the potential to surpass everybody that's sitting here right now. She should be tied to one of those multi-millionaire guys, just like Tommy is. She has the potential to be tied to someone like that. So any woman that's talking about all I need is a man is a plus, you know, all I need is a man is for certain things, a man is just a plus, that just means you're not really tied to nobody that's just got it going on. You've had to work, you got businesses, and you probably paid for your own $200,000 worth of surgery that she would go on to mention here in this interaction. Let's continue.
This is the fucking 100% God's honest fact. She wouldn't be happy for him. That's why she said, I am that bitch. She don't want somebody to surpass her, so she can't say that. None of these girls in this room to her are any equal nothing. They're like, it's nothing equal. She's above all of them, and she's not even saying it in lingo or just like trying to be snide or low key about it. She's front street with it and letting it be known. That's, boy, shit's gonna get hectic.
Yeah, exactly. But you know where I got that information. Hold on. You know where I got that information.
But after that, you spread another lie about me, and then another lie, girl. So that's your character towards me. I don't know if that's your character in general, and I don't give a fuck. But towards me, bitch, you're a liar. You lie on me in real life. You lie on me, and I don't know why, because I ain't never lie on you.
No, for real.
I really don't know why.
Who you are, babe.
Only she know why.
Right.
Like.
Only she knows.
You never met her before.
I didn't know her.
Y'all never slept with the same guy before.
Never, nothing similar. I don't even know her friends.
Yeah, it's always like over.
It was literally, I never knew this girl.
Okay,
never.
You knew who I was though.
I wonder why the men always go to there every time they see two females fighting. Y'all never slept with the same man. Y'all done had the same pimp. Y'all done had the same blimp, the same simp. Something going on. There's some dick in play. That's not, sometimes girls just be hating on other girls. Like, that's just how it is. Sometimes a woman will see a woman that she wish she looked like and she just be hating. I really think whatever's going on between Nicole and Blue Jasmine is really like some personal shit. Like, you bitch, you really wish you had Blue Jasmine's face, but you done already animated your face. So, you know, too bad, so sad. You don't have that those natural Indian cheekbones. You don't have those natural pretty lips. You don't have those. You don't have that. You went and you plastic it. You plasticked it up already. So, you know.
How I know who you was? Do you think I look like some bitch watch VH1?
Babe.
Like,
give me my
do I
phone
look like
real quick. Can I get my phone?
She DM'd you before?
Oh yeah. So when
all three of us was on VH1 sitting in here.
Yeah. So when I was, I've been on No Jumper several times. So the PR of Jumper had given me a list of girls to DM with like, you know how you just like copy and paste. So I've done that to her because I had a podcast on No Jumper.
Right.
But I personally didn't know her personally, anything about her.
Hey, Blue Jasmine, love you. You know, no disrespect, but you didn't have no podcast on there. You did a couple of interviews on.
That's what the fuck she just said. Now, see, Sharp can't be trying to make it seem like women don't know what they're talking about. She basically saying that she was on No Jumper, and he just mad because Blue Jasmine she didn't mention him in that moment, which I'm sure she'll never mention Sharp. But let's just keep this going. This is live.
Shit back in the day, I'll give you that. But you didn't cut more than, like I'm talking about of your own content there, sweetheart. You didn't cut more than 10 pieces of content, of interviews. I'm talking about that you've done solely. No offense to you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to knock you. Hey, I'm rooting for you in all of this. Hope this shit turns out in your favor.
You are Sharp being a hater on a bitch.
Not true. Did you do a lot of content over there? Yes. You have shit with me, with others. You've done your thing. I'm not here to shame that, throw any type of...
I think Blue Jasmine is just mentioning the platform because it's a big platform that she also was on. They got 4 million subs over there, 4 million plus. I think that's why she was mentioning it. It was not about what Sharp is trying to make it about right now. See, little stuff like that, you just look like little haters. You just, you know, you need to be pimp slapping some hoes in the background.
Dirt on that.
Or arguing with Blue Jasmine again. That would be great. If we could get some of that again.
Say anything, but don't tell that girl you did any of that. And shit, she ain't even done nothing. No offense to her, she just boasting, homie. Oh, girl, just really on some her shit. She feel bigger than all y'all.
Business, I never researched.
Yeah, but you can't stay here and say you don't know who I am because you exactly.
I'm not saying I've never heard or seen you around.
I kind of believe Blue Jasmine though. They're about the DM shit. Because I know she was fucking with Laura. Laura was one of the, you know, PRs or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, she do shit over there. She can, you know, throw you around to certain places. So I do believe that, you know, she was like, hey, she was probably in Blue Jasmine's shit, running Blue Jasmine's IG and just sending messages like, hey, what's up? You want to do this? You want to do that? It happens. It's not unheard of. It's not far-fetched.
But I didn't know you personally to spread rumors or know your personal life.
It was not no
information
rumors.
about
It's
you.
what I heard. That's
That is a rumor, babe. Like, are you slow, dumb, or stupid? Like, what? I'm confused.
Okay, so
she DM'd you in 2021. Right.
Asking her if she would like to be on the show because the PR gave me her information and said, oh, I think this girl, because she's been on No Jumper, I guess, prior to.
Right.
So, but I personally never watched her, research or knew anything about her.
When you was doing
no disrespect, but I'm not
judging,
interested.
you remember her DMing? You knew who she was?
no, I mean,
Like I'm saying, like you were like, oh, that's the girl that
it's not
DM'd.
that I just have so many DMs. I don't remember.
Just to throw a little, you know, little controversy in the mix. And I know that, you know, comparison is a spoiler of joy. But when you came on No Jumper, sweetheart, compared to when Blue Jasmine came on No Jumper, there's no comparison. If you're gonna throw up like, oh, well, y'all know who I am. Well, it seems like, nigga, everything that Blue Jasmine kind of touched turned into gold. You, on the other hand, you was just a sloppy drunk talking about who you think you was. You was more concerned with that. And like you're a about yourself type of bitch, and I get that, but that's really just your whole formula. There was nothing else. When Blue Jasmine was on there, shit, she putting up numbers. I'm just being honest. Like, this shit, it can't be real. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, the boast from a girl that, like, y'all both went on the same channel, nigga, she whooped you by a landslide, and you still talking shit to her like you that bitch and talking about, oh, well, I know you know me. Nah, I don't think, because I didn't even know who you was. Like,
You know, between Sharp and his sister, Krishan Rock, she sure is the shit. And Sharp is just the talker. You know, he just, you know, his little sister, Krishan Rock, is the shit. And he just the talker.
I think that's what makes a conversation fucked up, is when somebody come in the room automatically think, oh, well, you know who I am. And motherfucker be like, no, I'm trying to get to know who you are. That's why we're having a conversation. She already on one. She already won the championship.
In general,
Right.
I don't be remembering shit. So you feel me? Like that's
So she's trying to prove her point that
She already knew who she was.
Right.
No, like
it's like don't say over
I'm
here
not saying I don't know who you are. Did you know me? Did I know you personally? So I know your life and I know your business.
No,
so when
you don't
I
know me
speak, is it valid?
personally.
So when I speak rumors or truth, any truth that comes out my mouth about you is valid. I know you.
No, you don't know me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know her.
No, she don't know me personally. But I'm saying, don't sit over here and say that I don't know you. This is not, babes. You know who Nicole Zavala is. You DM me 2025.
So
I just feel like
not you know who Nicole.
But you don't feel like she's trying to embarrass you?
As you should.
Okay, all right, ladies. Okay, ladies. Remember what we talked about in the sprinter? When we are at professional places, we're gonna turn it off and we're gonna get an interview done because we are here to promote it.
She even said, "Hey, this is for TV. She's here to make good TV. I love you, my sister. I love you to death, and I get it. You trying to, you be having to keep it classy because we really be in a dog fight. So I understand. But hey, you ain't about to let her try to feel like she gonna make whatever she gonna make. Don't even stop it."
And to promote this, like
no,
you as a brand, like I know everybody fucking knows me. That's why
you've been through it,
right? But we are all here to promote this and to make sure now that TV, everybody's watching this. So let's just get some of that out because this is gonna be it. We're gonna be together again on the 20th.
No, and that's fine. I'm just
so we could continue this.
Next question.
So we can't. There's no settling. There's nothing she could do to make you feel like.
No,
I'm not lying.
I'm great.
Like,
you're gonna stop lying?
Shit about me. No, she's not.
No,
she's not.
You're gonna stop. Can you stop talking about her? Because she's taking it like.
And that's fine.
And y'all beautiful women and shouldn't even be.
And that's a lot of misinterpretation.
I never said she was ugly. I think everybody's beautiful.
No, I'm saying like. So will you stop talking about her?
I've been stopped.
Alright, so then it's just.
So now this is what I'm trying to tell you. I've been stopped. I live my best life. My whole thing is like now there's a situation that I never spoke about, So it's like now I'm in
it. It's just old. It's the old situation.
I'm in it. So then
that was it.
The other day, like
it just never brought up
talking about me.
But whatever. Next question. I'm really over this.
But the question was the worst experience so far.
So next.
That was hers. Bianca, have you had a bad experience?
I mean, like I've been saying over here at Now That's TV, I haven't had any bad experiences yet. I'm just like living my best life over here. I came to have fun. Like I'm showing the representation of bad bitches actually having a good time and enjoying themselves. When you see me.
Okay, while you talking about Bianca, let me tell you something, sir. Bianca was on Love and Hip Hop, which is one of the biggest reality TV shows that all these young people want to look at. Anybody 18 to 30 knows about Love and Hip Hop, because I knew about it like 7-8 years ago. I never watched it. I was too busy traveling. I was too busy going to freaking Canada and Mexico and England and being out in California a few months. So I didn't watch it, but I definitely knew about it. And I also know that's where Cardi B comes from. But Cardi B is talented, so she ain't got to worry about the reality TV stuff no more because she's actually talented. But Bianca is also talented too. I think she just wants to be in this space. I think this is the space that she wants to be in. But let's go on.
Me on every network that I've been on, VH1, Zeus, all the other networks that I've ever been on.
Right.
And also, let me just point out before we go on here, Bianca has been on more than just the Love and Hip Hop. She's been on Marriage Boot Camp, where Jocelyn Hernandez and Ballistic Beats went on there. She was on that episode as well, she was on that season as well, because it was a Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop. She was on that as well. She's been on some other TV shows. I think she's even done she's been a guest star on either the House of Pain or whatever one of the shows is called. So she's done some real work. She's done real work in this industry. She's not just a reality TV person. So she also is a musician and an artist. So yeah, I mean, she's just in high regard as this woman right here. I know she's Latino spicy and all, but this black woman right here stands in equal high regard. Let's just keep it a band. Hell, people know more about her than they do about this woman. From what I just saw on her IG, she's only affiliated with one other show. So
you don't gotta go that far. It's where you're at now.
Here you go.
See,
Here you
it
go.
Still turns. This is what you.
You don't have to make somebody ignore their own portfolio, especially when they're around a person like this lady right here. If I was Bianca, there's no way I would have sat there and ignored my own fucking portfolio either. You know, because Bianca has way more work and way more than whoever this, you know, trans face is here. I mean, I ain't got a problem with the girl, but yeah, Bianca it has been on actual stuff. Like she's been on bigger stuff than this girl right here. So I'm sure she has plenty of money and she's doing it big, but she has been on actual superstardom type of shit. So
you would call a female sausage.
I mean, let's be real.
Still, women are just as guilty as men are of it, right? Like when it's a pissing contest. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. They still gotta boast. See, I'm thinking like, damn, here she goes. She's being.
And, hey, no offense to my chicanas out there. Me habla español poquito. Me habla español de la frontera. Me habla español de la Costa Rica. You know, I don't really speak any Puerto Rican though. Well, barely, but I was gonna say Puerto Rican, but I understand some of what Jasmine be saying and some of it I don't. You know, mi trata diferente. You know, but let's keep it going.
Like, this is about, you know, this is about TV. This is what we're doing now. Like, hey, we're all trying to put together our brands, which, you know, you gotta ask these chicks, and and he should have asked them, like, well, you know, since everybody's a brand here, right? Could y'all right now? I don't care if it was a T-shirt. I don't give a fuck. It don't even have to be lipsticks. It don't have to be nothing. It could be something as simple as a T-shirt. Could you at least get 100 pre-sales? Something as simple as that. Could you get 100 pre-orders? I think some people move premature in what they call themselves being a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you even have an LLC that has branded what you're doing that actually funnels the money that you make through it? Not just you know, working a cool job and still keeping up some money and still hopping on the show, because that's what a lot of you chicks do. I'm just being real. That's what, respectfully, that's what a lot of these chicks do when they sit there and say, well, I'm a brand. I'm like, well, have you actually created an LLC or business LLC? Have you done these things for your brand, for you? If you're a walking, talking brand, right?
I'm sorry y'all not looking at the screen right now because I'm trying to get a private flight from Las Vegas to San Diego because it's like it's not even expensive. So I'm trying to like make sure. Because for real, I don't want to fly commercial.
Like I said, could you something
it's only 2 hours.
As simple as just
I don't want to look at people.
Make a T-shirt and get 100 pre-orders on them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of chicks can't even do that shit.
Where's your merchandise?
People, fuck just women. It's not even about women. It's just a lot of people can't do that, period. But they'll sit there and say, hey, well, we're real brands. Like, nah.
Where's your merchandise? Why you talking about them? Where is your merchandise? Where's the sharp merchandise?
Are people paying you to come do walkthroughs? Or are you just...
Nigga, are you getting hosting gigs out there in LA? Are you getting hosting gigs in Las Vegas? Are you getting, instead of begging on the internet, you could be getting some hosting gigs. I'm telling y'all, sharp is the drug. He just don't know how to move it.
Having some money or just know somebody that'll shut the club down for you that night, you still make $0. That's something I can give to, you know, to Siki, like, and how she be moving. That's a brand. That's a brand. Anywhere she touched down at, she's gonna be able to touch a bag. They want her in the.
Let's be honest. Taseki is a brand and a celebrity because of her sister Krishan. I'm sorry. She just need to go ahead and just stop being crazy with her sister. Because bitch, if it wasn't for Krishan, nobody would want to know you.
Club, how much is it gonna cost? They see
nobody would care.
That girl gets. That like it's I guess it's levels to it. Like everybody will sit there and say, oh, well, we're brands and you talk like y'all respectful, but then there's people out there that's really being that and really have tried to put the blueprint to what that can be.
I'm always fighting or portrayed like just the person that just fighting. Now on Now That's TV, it's like bad bitches, you can fight. If you have to, you're gonna fight. But yes, you're not forced. It's not. It's this show is very organic. It's nothing is forced. Storylines, none of that. It's really like you could come, you could show everybody what you're really about. If you do music, if you have a brand, like they let you promote it, they let you get your shit off.
Right.
And it's actually of substance. It's something actually going on this show that's different than other networks are doing. Like everybody just fighting. That shit is just corny. Like have something else going on.
When you agreed to do it, you said you went into it like I show a different version of myself.
Absolutely. That's what I really was going for. It's not like I won't get into something because me being who I am, I'm not pussy. Like I've never been scared of nobody. We all bleed the same. If we fight, we fight. Win, lose, or draw, whatever. But my thing is that I didn't come here for that. I'm not coming on every experience trying to just be fighting, and you have to somewhat grow and elevate. If it comes to that, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fight you, whatever, but it's like, okay, what is the purpose? Like, I'm trying to portray being a bad bitch and show bitches what that really means. And that's not always fighting. That should be corny sometimes.
Like, I paid so much money on my body. No way, baby. This nose. And
how much would you say?
200,000.
Well, I say this, right? For you, my love.
And before I let him go on, Sharp is just mad because she didn't bring him that 200,000.
You spent all this money and you was quick to 200,000. I spent this money on my 200,000. I spent it. If you're quick to say that, then you probably shouldn't say cheap things out of your mouth or take cheap shots at people. Because when people come back and take cheap shots at you, you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a bitch and say, hey, well, I got all this money invested in my body, but you're out here taking cheap shots at people. Nothing that you said or tried to spread about Blue Jasmine had any type of money involved in it. It was really just trying to shit on her. It was a cheap shot. I'm just being honest. Like, if you really look at it, like, you cannot sit there and say that. Absolutely not. Got all that money in your body, but you're taking cheap shots? Fuck no.
You think I'm gonna be on the floor dragging a bitch? That would never happen.
Right. See, people don't think like that.
That would never happen.
People don't understand how much you put into how much you invest in yourself.
But it's like, you really think that I'm gonna get on the floor and drag one of you bitches?
But see, it's different type of.
But like for real, like. I really like.
No, it's different type of bad bitches though. See, there's a bad bitch like you that got your body done up and.
Look at Blue Jasmine's energy. This is a bitch that got something on her mind. She already done pre-warned bitches. Hey, look, I'm a New York bitch. I mean, I ain't really, I'm not really privy to, you know, your fuckery or like how you're trying to move. I'm trying to explain it respectfully. You keep trying to play these games and look around.
Sharp want Blue Jasmine so bad.
Don't want to get touched, but it is a bad bitch who they get their body done up and they still will fucking watch you.
So he want Blue Jasmine so bad, and I can promise you, Blue Jasmine ain't worried about nobody over there. No Jumper. She mentioned No Jumper because she's been on the platform, because she was a guest on the platform to be interviewed. It's a part of her portfolio. So obviously she has somebody that she knows in the entertainment world that's like a PR person, because she's mentioning her portfolio as well. I don't know why Sharp got a problem with people mentioning their portfolio. He wanted to make that woman talking about No Jumper about him. Well, you know, you did interview. Nigga, shut up.
It is different mentalities to this. I'm kind of in the middle with.
But that's why it makes a good show, because it's different.
Right. So it's the girls that they feel they a bad bitch and they still gonna fight you, and then it's the bad bitches that when it's like.
But then they might say, "Oh, she's using that as an excuse not to get touched," and like.
No, I feel like if a bitch is on the same caliber as you, meanwhile she got veneers, she got whatever titties, her ass done, it's a fair fight. I'm not fighting no raggedy bitch that ain't got shit. But if you got your teeth done, you wear a little
I agree. That's the problem these days. Like, it be like motherfuckers that don't be having nothing.
I agree with Blue Jasmine. I think the Sharpest is agreeing with Blue Jasmine because he want to be with her so bad. Girl, he in love with Blue Jasmine.
Like, talking about, they'll fight you. At least let it be somebody on your level.
He want Blue Jasmine to be his bottom bitch. He really do.
I understand that. Like, she just kind of made sense of that. She's like, hold on, bitch. If we both got our bodies done, hey, that's just a fair fade. It ain't no issues. We're at least equal. the shit be so many landslides these days, and people be like, oh, when you gonna fight him? This motherfucker don't be having shit, nothing, upset, miserable. I kind of agree where Blue Jasmine going with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, if a bitch do got what you got, because she's just saying, bitch, I got my body done, jewelry, shit, I got all that. I'm taking care of my business. My mouth done, my teeth done, whatever. Don't make excuses for it.
Bitch might come for you,
and if she
then
do it,
exactly.
But otherwise,
You were saying the raggedy bitch got less to lose.
Absolutely.
like in the street, a raggedy bitch don't have to see my friends.
It comes to a point in time where it's like, if I got on $100,000, whatever I got on, I'm I got my rollie, I got my chain, I got my hair just done, my nails is $200. Like, I got a lot of shit going on, and the bitch is trying to fight. It's like, hold on, it's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
Now let me go. I gotta pop my nails off. I gotta take my jewelry off.
But if she got the nails and she got the Chanel, and she got the, it's a fair. We could both get our nails broken.
It is really like, who really wants to do that? I'd rather not.
So you ain't getting into no altercations on this?
I did, but I don't like it. I have not gotten into a fight since middle
She was a kid.
It's always been like talk, or I'm gonna hit it where it hurts in different ways, and I'm gonna be successful as a real battle.
The fighting stuff, I have to honestly say, as somebody who is, I just got into the whole 30s in my life. I just got into that, and I can tell you that I feel like the fighting stuff is for bitches. It's like 18 to like 24. That's what all the fighting is for. All the super physical, hard fighting, like just going crazy. I feel like what I'm talking about doing with Sharp taps into people 25 to 35 that still got a little bit of, I want to beat a bitch ass in them. Like, just a little bit of, like, let it be an interview. Let it be kind of crazy. You know, we get y'all put back in makeup and we get back on her and we get talking back on the set again. Kind of like the reunions on the Zeus Network, but an interview format is what I'm talking about doing. So I don't know. Like I said, Sharp would have to be open to the idea, and he would have to be willing to slap some bitches around a little bit. You know, you gotta play a little pimp character too. You gotta slap some hoes around a little bit. All right, let me finish this up.
I'm gonna shit on you. I'm gonna get, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. Like, that's how I really get one up on this shit.
But can a bad bitch resolve an issue without fighting?
Yes, 1,000%. We're grown out there. We're not little kids. We're not in high school anymore. We can talk it out. I say this, you say that. We could agree to disagree, move on. I'm going about my business, get my money. You do. That's it. It really don't need to be like that. Yes, it can be your phone, but do I want to do that? No, I'm too cute for that. Why don't I want to get messy?
Right.
I'd rather just go start on a yacht somewhere else and just forget you even exist.
Keep it moving. I was gonna ask you your worst experience, but I feel like we figured it out.
My worst experience?
Was it her telling your business?
No, it can't be
my
worst experience.
Or your
none of these bitches said none of my business, but my worst experience, I think the first day, because I had arguments with like 3-4 different girls. So in a long time, I ain't argued with a lot of girls. Like, I've argued with one-on-one, you know what I mean? But the first day I argued with like 5 bitches. So I was like, wow, this one.
You know, it's fucked up, right? And I gotta speak on it, you know, for Blue Jasmine, because I already kind of understand why she's speaking the way she did. She probably came in the house with good intentions, or in a situation with good intentions, but because of the stigma, because she's been put into a certain stigma, man, it's a certain box. Shit, me and her ran amok on certain.
Hopefully Sharp will come up with some ideas as far as where my ideas are in regards to Sharp and the ladies and the interviews that could go forth, and kind of the Kevin Samuels element there, but he still have to be a little raunchy and ghetto with it. Hopefully he will come up with some ideas like that himself. Like I said, it would have to be a couple of skits in there. It had to be a little bit of fighting, but everybody would have to come. It couldn't, for me, the whole like show where they fight, I feel like after 25, the only fighting you should be doing is like on stage a little bit with an interview or something. Like, you got to kind of calm down all that fighting stuff. You know, fighting has to be more in a controlled environment. It has to be more of a controlled chaos environment, because with that show shit, anybody can just bust out fight. Like, I'm not finna go with no group of bitches to no place and just get the fight. Like, nah. But if we want to sit on the stage and talk and like Like I'm feeling the reunion vibe more than the actual show itself. And I'm over 25. You know what I'm saying? I just hit the big 3-0. So I'm feeling more of the reunion vibe. I watched the reunion before I watched the show itself. Like I'd rather just watch the reunion. Like I don't really want to watch the show. I don't care about all that. Like, bitch, I travel myself every now and then. I'm getting ready to go to Paris, France this November. Like I travel myself. Like I don't need no group of bitches to go travel with. I can go travel with an all rich white man. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And you guys have a great one.